With the NBA season starting, I want to show you guys the newest tool that we have here at Stokastic.com. It is our single lineup Sims tool. If you guys were playing MLB over the summer, if you've been playing NFL at the start of the year, you're probably familiar with how it works. But if you're an NBA DFS player and you haven't been here during the course of the summer, this is probably going to be something that's completely new to you. So I'm going to show you how this tool works. If you can do me a favor while you're watching this, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you are looking to sign up for our NBA packages to start off the season, check out our core package. It's just $1 with the promo code TIPOFF24. That is going to get you access for that $1 all the way through October 29th. And it's through October 29th, no matter which day it is that you sign up. But it's only going to be an offer for the first week of the season. So take advantage if you guys are watching this early on in the season. Now, the single lineup simulator. This is going to be a tool that allows you to hand build a lineup and then simulate it to see how that individual lineup is expected to perform. So it's great for people who enjoy hand building lineups. If you're playing single entry, or maybe you're somebody who just likes to play 1, 2, 3 lineups in large field tournaments, this is going to be a great tool for you. And it's also really fun to use. So here's where you're going to want to start. Is make sure you have the right site selected that you're playing on. This supports DraftKings, FanDuel, Owner's Box, as well as Yahoo. And then also make sure you have the right slate selected. And we are supporting all of the slates that are available on all of the sites within this tool. So I'm looking at this for NBA opening night. So we've got the main slate in here, as well as the 2 showdown slates. Now, another setting here that is going to impact the simulation results after you build the lineup is select whether you're playing in a small contest or a large field contest. For the majority of people using this tool, you are probably going to be selecting the large field contest. That is anything that is more than 1,000 lineups. But if you're playing in a contest that, say, it's like a 100-man tournament, or maybe it's a single entry that just happens to have 500 people in it, then you'd select the small contest settings. But for the majority of the times you're using this, large contest is going to be the setting to go. And then percentage to first, this is going to be whatever the percentage to first is in the contest that you're playing in. So if it's a $400,000 prize pool contest and it's 100,000 to first, you'd be selecting 25%. The way you figure it out is just divide the percentage to first by the total prize pool. That is what is going to give you this number here. Now, after you have those settings done, now you get to do the part that all of you are probably familiar with, which is simply building your lineup. And I'm not going to try to optimize a lineup here or anything like that. I just want to build a lineup and then press simulate so I could show you guys how this tool actually functions. But everything you'll see on the screen, also data that you guys are probably familiar with, the amount of fantasy points each player is projected for, the projected ownership of each player, what the salary of the players are, and then also a value metric here, which is just a points per dollar rating for the player. So first thing I'm going to do is I'll just plug in some of the players that are projected for the highest points per dollar for the slate, and we'll just plug some of these guys in. And I should have considered the salary here as well. So actually going to have to take some of these expensive guys out just so that we are able to fill a lineup within the salary constraints. But let's see who's cheap that's projected decently well here. Miles McBride, Josh Hart is fairly cheap. We'll go Naz Reid here at power forward. Center, we'll plug in Rudy Gobert. At guard, let's see, we'll go Drew Holiday. Forward, we've got 73.50 left, so we'll just plug in Jason Tatum. And then if you want to here, something that is going to be really helpful is you could toggle on and off the show affordable players. This will gray out some of the players that, number one, guys who are already selected, that is going to gray them out. But then also, this will make it so that it only shows you the players that are available to fit within the constraints of the lineup. So to fill out the last spot in the lineup, usually makes sense to just go and sort by fantasy projection and then just select whichever player fits within the remaining salary that is going to make it into your lineup that projects well, but also fits within the salary constraints. So after you have a lineup built, the next thing you're going to want to do is press run lineup simulation. And this is now going to simulate the lineup in the same way that our Sims tools work, but we're doing with just one single individual lineup. And then we're going to get some feedback on how that lineup rates out. So you see here, 36.3% Sim ROI. You can see how often it's projected to win a GPP, how often it's expected to come in the top 10, and then also how often it's expected to cash. Now, if you do not have a very good lineup, you are going to get some other verbiage that'll show up on the screen. So instead of great lineup, you might see something that says on your way there, which means that you have an okay lineup, but it could still be improved, or you could just flat out have a bad lineup that it's going to recommend that you rebuild. But anytime you get the great lineup indicator here, it means you have a good lineup that we are projecting as a good one to be playing in tournaments. Now, as far as the simulated ROI metric, it's not going to be the same for every single slate, because some slates, a great lineup might require to have like a 50% or higher sim ROI. Some lineups that might be really lacking in value, a great lineup might only have a 20% sim ROI. And it's not a one size fits all answer. One thing I noticed over the course of the football and baseball seasons is people have asked, what is the sim ROI they should be aiming for? But it's kind of like a fantasy point projection where it's moving target based on how good of options there are to play on each individual slate. So that's why we added these indicators here, like great lineup, because that's in the back end. We're figuring out where that lineup ranks as far as percentile goes across other lineups to tell you how good the lineup actually is. So whenever you see an indication that it's great lineup showing up on screen, it's a lineup you're good to play in any kind of contest. If you haven't done yet, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and don't forget, just $1 with the promo code TIPOFF24 to get access to our NBA Core package. That also does come with access to our Discord channel. Any of the packages here at Stokastic do come with Discord access. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the tool. It's really fun to use. We're going to be playing around with it on shows this year, and I hope to see you guys on the YouTube channel watching all of our content this season. Good luck this season.